This is the Sim Pit. I'm your host, Sean Cole, and welcome to today's edition of the Pit Stop, where you guys, the pit crew, you guys are the real star of today's show, because we are here on this beautiful Friday morning to talk about sim racing. And I say it every Friday, but I do love Fridays. I don't know what it is. You go out in the world, everyone's in a good mood. I guess that is. I do know what it is. You go out on a Friday, you go out in the world, and everybody is in a good mood because the weekend is here. That old song, everybody's working for the weekend, and it is here. We can smell it. We can taste it. We get to do our racing without having to think about going to work the very next morning. So it is a beautiful thing, and happy Friday to all of you guys out there. Before I even get to the show, let's talk about Max. There's Mr. Max. This dog has, I don't know, 50, 60 toys, but we cannot get this stupid soccer ball away from him. And I say stupid because it's so nasty. Anyway, that is Max protecting his nasty soccer ball. And we keep trying to get any toy. We buy toys, buy toys, buy toys. And nothing can seem to make him happier than that. Here's a high-speed photo of Max in action with the stinky soccer ball. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you guys a little Max moment here on the show. So, what's going on in sim racing? Today, in sim racing, out of the Forza guys, the Forza camp at the Forza Twitter page, you will find a summer update by Alan Hartman. Alan is one of my favorite people at Turn 10. I've met him, I can't even say I know Alan Hartman. When I go to Forza things, he's always there. We always have a good chat. He is a great guy, and I believe he's second in command at Forza behind Dan Grenewalt. Anyway, he did an update, so this is sort of him looking back. So what we have here is the Forza Summer Update, and he talks a little bit about the past and a little bit about the future from the perspective of second in command at the Forza camp. So anybody who is a Forza fan, you should know Alan Hartman's name for sure, but you are going to want to hear what he has to say, and you can find it there. Wasted White Boy, when I say 50 or 60, like, it might be more than that, because I have a whole other bag of them in a closet of toys that he, like, just was moderately enthused with. And then the ones that are out are the ones that he likes, and then there are a couple of those that are just like his number one. That soccer ball is the only play toy. You throw anything else, he'll just look at you like, why don't you throw the soccer ball? And then, I don't know if you saw in the picture, I'm going to show you guys, what the hell, Max. If you guys can see here, there's a blue image in that dog bed. There's a blue stringy looking thing. It's really long and bent, and it's almost as nasty as the soccer ball. And that is a sock monkey. It's a blue sock monkey that whenever he's going to go to sleep, he grabs that. That's like his dominance toy. He likes to lay down with that and go to sleep. Very interesting. Anyway, sorry to distract you guys with my dog, but people ask, and believe it or not, I actually tried to get the GoPro on him, but it didn't work with the mount I had. So I'll have to come up with something else, but I'm still trying to get the GoPro Max Cam. Not that it'll be that entertaining. All right, back to sim racing. Sahara Force India is this week's hot lap. I mean, it's become a weekly thing from the guys at Formula One. No surprise that Force India got this week's turn, because we remember that big party that they did in conjunction with them. But you can see Esteban Ocon taking a lap in F1 2018 at Hungaroring in Budapest, or near Budapest, I should say. So anyway, a cool video. I like seeing these. You know, it shows how much these real drivers are actually playing the new game to a point that I can't say I've ever really seen this before, if you really think about it. F1 2018 has gotten just about every one of the real-life F1 drivers to not only drive it at various, you know, in real-life events that they've done, but putting out these videos each and every week at this point. Forget the news. Max is what it's all about. I could easily just tune out for everything and just take my dog to the beach and play with the dog all day. That would make me very happy. You want a dominance toy? We all need a dominance toy, Rick. I think of my sim rig as my dominance toy. WRC. Oh, I love this. So I got another one of these what's wrong with this photos. This is WRC 7 doing an in-person event, getting some of the real-life rally drivers in it. You can see they're on next-level racing stands that have quite a bit of dust on them. That's interesting. I love observing these photos. This is a press, or media event of some sort. And I laugh at little things like, really? No one thought to take a rag and wipe down the dust off the rigs? Look at on the bottom of the next level at the foot plate on both rigs. I just see. Tom Jones gets the prize of the day. You win the fake 1080. You win the disclaimered 1080 photo. You get a photo of a 1080 tie. We've stepped it up. We're doing photos of 1080 ties. So be sure to send me your email address and I will get you your prize out right away. That 1085. Beautiful, beautiful photo. But yes, that was what immediately struck me funny. Actually, I got another one for you. They're running Thrustmaster equipment and nothing wrong with Thrustmaster equipment, but take those shoes off, boys. Anyway, there you go. Those were the 3 things that I didn't like about this photo, but what I do like. I know, look, and there's all this room. You could totally close that gap, and it wouldn't affect anything but cameraman number 143. You could have pushed everybody down another foot and had it be the same. Yeah, that's a terrible, terrible setup. But cool event, and that's why I'm showing it. But I love when I see these. I love finding the what's wrong with them part of it. Another photo, last reminder, because it's this weekend, but one more photo of the Assetto Corsa booth, the Informatica booth at Spa for the 24-hour. I hope some of you, man, I hope somebody gets me some photos or video from there. That would be so cool if one of you pulled that off. I'd be thrilled. What else we got? Right now, the round 4 of the iRacing Rallycross Championship is going on. So this should be happening, right? Where is it? How do we go to live? Oh, it already happened. But it happened like right now. If you want to check that out, you will find that at iRacing Esport Network. I'm not going to tell you who won. I'm not going to play it to the end. But if you are looking for entertainment, Steam King, I was there earlier today. I saw your name. You were watching it. You probably know. Was it a good race? Was it worth watching? Gabe's got us the info. So apparently the announcement's made. Early access to Competizione will be on Steam 2018, September 12th. September 12th, 2018. Yes, absolutely. 1080 tie photos to anybody who get me the scoop, the story, photos, or videos. If somebody sends me video of the booth, I will send them a whole photo kit of 1080 tie photos. Gabes, if you'd like to be rewarded for getting us that great news, you be sure to email me at sean@thesimpit.com and you'll get one of those 1080 tie photos. All right, enough of that joke now. That's already gotten old to me. Sorry. Beautiful day. Beautiful day today. Why? Well, if you read the latest roadmap from rFactor that just came out, they talk about a bunch of great things. They talk about China Joy, Shanghai, they're going to be there. They talk about Sim Racing Expo, they're going to be there. They talk about their participation in the McLaren Shadow, which we knew, of course, because they were there for the last one. And the new build and all the additional features being added to rFactor. You know, I feel bad for rFactor because, you know, you come out early and maybe people don't catch on. And this sim has come a long way from its early day. And I need to go back to rFactor a lot more. Not just to dabble, not just to have fun, but maybe even, like, maybe we need to figure out how to do an rFactor series. Yeah, we have the Riza rFactor 2 bundle. You can, so a lot is going on in the rFactor camp, including, right up here we see Sebring. So Sebring is out, or coming out in like an hour. And as soon as it does, I'm going to go out on track on it. So at about 10 o'clock, I'm going to go live. It won't be a long show. It's just going to be, let's check out the new laser scanned version of Sebring. I've run some great versions of Sebring. I've run some horrible versions of Sebring. And I do love the track so much that when I drive ones that I don't like, versions of the track, it kind of depresses me because I do love Sebring. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple different cars out probably and run some Sebring. We'll do that at 10 o'clock live on this channel. Sean Sebring, there you go. ProSim TNT, Sean Sebring. GT Planet has a write-up talking about how the prize crates are being removed from Forza Motorsport 7. So, Dave, Blair, you're here. I know you're a big Forza Motorsport 7 guy. The crates are gone. They're going to be gone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Onrush development team, I think we mentioned this the other day, but here the article actually goes on to say it's because of poor sales. I'm not going to name names, but I can think of 2 developers who had a huge team prior to release, and either upon release or just shortly after, they really, really downsized the entire crew. That is kind of normal. And I hate to say it, but that's just the way it is. Not just in gaming, in many things. Anyway, is this the reality? Is it due to poor sales, or is that just normal? But, yes. Shout out to Laser Cutter for doing tracks in rFactor 2. Yes, we saw one of his tracks not long ago. That was very cool. Laser Cutter, one of the people making rFactor happen. I mean, well done. Race Department. Is this the challenge car that Michael Clark was talking about? It wasn't the Transit. It was a van, I thought, and a Viper. Anyway, we're going to work on that as well. But, funny article here at Race Department talking about the Ford Transit mod, which is supposed to be great. Now available, and this is for Assetto Corsa. And that's all I have on that. This just made me laugh. I heard people talking about it yesterday. I'd seen the photo, and then I found it in a good enough version to be able to show you guys. This is an elaborate condo in the Miami area, and that is a Pagani race car that is being used as a wall divider. This is the bedroom. This is the living room of this loft-style condo. Here's pictures of them bringing it up. But look at that thing. Not a great divider. You can see air above and below. And that is a lot of money, and some would say even a waste. Now, anyway, we can go on and on. It made me laugh. I mean, how much money do you need to have to even think of doing something this bizarro? Obviously, this person's not hurting for cash at all. I like it. I thought I heard some others say that's horrible. I often thought about buying a vintage car and instead of putting it in a bubble in a garage and never driving it because it's an appreciating asset, instead of putting, you know, when you get it to collector cars, you don't want to put miles on it. Might as well hang it on its side. I wonder what that would do to the internals. Is the motor going to like that? They take the motor out of it? I don't know the real details, but pretty elaborate. I would love, yeah, someone has way too much money, Dave. Yeah, exactly. You can't drive it around Miami. You might as well. He used to race Indy cars. Wow. Venture Beat. So a little backlash coming out at HTC. So all over the internet over the last week were stories of how Vive sales have plummeted. Not just Vive, I'm sorry, how VR sales have plummeted, and there's been, you know, have they hit their peak, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, HTC fights back in an article at venturebeat.com if you're interested in that. A lot of ums today, sorry. PC Gamer has a write-up. This one actually made me think, and they're doing it the wrong way. So Microsoft is training Windows to be smarter about when it updates your PC. And I'm thinking, I don't care when you update. You're forcing it anyway, and I don't trust your intelligence to figure out when to update mine. But how about you get smarter about updating my system and not, like, changing all my audio settings? How hard is it to understand that I might have my audio set the way I like it for the devices I have, Windows? So, you know, whatever, Windows, you're looking at it wrong. Fix the other side that's broken. Who cares when it updates? Actually, I do care when it updates, but I care more about the fact that it can't update properly. Here's another inside scoop on, and we talked about the Steelbook, I call it Steel Box because it's more of a box than a book, version of F1 2018. You know, these are the elaborate, fancy version, the collector versions. They're going to be limited and only sold in certain stores. And I think, wow, they still do that? You know, I read more articles about how you'll never go in and buy a game at a GameStop or a place like that. Sort of like you can't go to a video store and rent a video anymore. Who's still collecting steel boxes? I guess huge fans of series would. Some games aren't even available by disc, though. Anyway, thought that was funny. Also funny, Nickelodeon Kart Racers announced for Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. So, if you wanted to race as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, if you wanted to race as SpongeBob SquarePants, is that what he's called? Yes, SpongeBob SquarePants. I might have said that wrong. Anyway, or the Rugrats, any of those kind of things. They're going to actually have a racing game using those characters. That's probably the last we'll ever talk about that, to be honest with you. Viewing schedule. So this is at drivingitalia.net. And right here, below are the weekend timetables and direct YouTube. So if you want to watch any of the Spa 24-hour race, this is the YouTube streaming schedule. For those who don't have it on your cable or TV and you want to be able to watch it. Square Bob Fun Pants? Is that what he's called? I don't know. You know, I never had kids, so I don't know what any of that stuff is. I do. Please update your Windows. You get bored with nothing to fix. Oh, too funny, too funny. Solo has the pre-order on the Steelbox version. Solo, if you have that on pre-order, when you get it, you need to send me pictures of, like, the fancy stuff. You obviously don't live in a pineapple under the sea. Yeah, that I know that's his song. I wouldn't have been able to get the lyrics, but I recognize that as his song. I'm not saying I'm unaware of who he is. I just not 100% sure I said his name right. That's all. I know who SquarePants is. People ask me, people looking for cheap rigs. How do you do a cheap rig? Well, you could just get a wheel stand. I'm not sure. I think that's the next level wheel stand, if I'm not mistaken. But those seats, that's a dune buggy seat that you can pick up at Summit Racing for, I don't know, they're cheap. I think they're only like $50 if I'm not mistaken. You can get a pad that goes on them as well. SpongeBob SquarePants. There it is. Is that what I don't know if that's what I said or not. Rugrats. I do know the Rugrats. Can't say I watched a lot of them. Anyway, and just a little stand to hold the chair. He's not going to roll around anywhere. His stuff is stable. His monitor's a little too far. But anyway, if you are looking for a cheap seat option, if you're thinking of a DIY rig, I rarely remember to mention these, and I can't remember. There was a rig way back when, maybe 8 years ago, that we tested that actually had one of those seats, and it was kind of laughable, and at the same time it was functional, got the job done. So any of those looking for a cheap alternative, look for a plastic dune buggy seat that you can find at Summit Racing or any racing type shop that deals with off-road equipment. Tech Report talking about a Ryzen 7 1700 for $200. Can't imagine at $200 that's the chip of chips to get, but they're just letting you know if you want to know some deals. I like to let you know when they're sent in. I let you know. Here's an article at IGN. You can probably maybe trust IGN. I don't know how much you can trust them. You'll have to determine that for yourself. The best FreeSync gaming monitors for those running. I think for FreeSync that means you're really on the AMD train, because from everything I've heard or read, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, AMD, yeah, if you have AMD graphics card, yeah, so AMD and FreeSync get along great. NVIDIA and FreeSync, not so much. Lenovo Explorer, the black VR headset, so this is another Windows mixed reality headset. $299 is now on sale. That's at Newegg, and you can check out that deal. This is kind of cool. Pirelli has launched a Bluetooth speaker shaped like an F1 wheel. That is a cool looking speaker. Don't know the quality, and oh my god, 2,400 euro. Oh my god. So that's like a real deal. That means they're actually pretty big, measuring 330 millimeters across. That's 330 millimeters, isn't it? Like a steering wheel size. 9.5 kilograms. Anyway, all right. You know who's gonna have one of these? That dude with the Pagani in his room. He's probably gonna order 4 of these and put them on the car or something. Who knows? Bob Earl. Yes, I do remember he came to the studio. Yes, yes. And it worked. I mean, it was kind of laughable, but it totally worked. I say laughable because I'm expecting more elaborate. Now, I haven't been watching Formula E this year, so please, please tell me what I'm missing. Electric race cars will finally get through a race without recharging. I thought they already had that this season. I thought, you know, I haven't been following it this year. I thought last year they had the 2 cars. They did the halfway. They changed cars. The driver jumped out of one and jumped into another. What have they been doing this year? Are they not doing that? Has that not happened yet? Anyway, here's an article at Popular Science talking about that, and it just made me wonder, why don't I know, but maybe one of you guys know. It's pretty much only, yep, that guy, the bloke. Motorsport.com has one of the first looks. There have been a couple of, like, 2 hours of gameplay for F1 2018. I'm a little behind on the game. I'm probably just going to wait on release and then just play it with you guys, to be honest with you. I'm going to try to reverse that for the future, but right now I'm still playing catch-up mode from all the changes we've made this year. And I just think 12-month span, not necessarily 2018. What else? Okay. I'm just going to play a moment. Hold on. He's building a kit. Oh! There it is. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm not even going to say anything. This is not a joke. This is literally from Nintendo. Oh, let's go back to... You guys say it, not me. I'm not saying anything. Alright, so that is pretty much for today's show. Happy Friday to everybody. Couple things I do want to mention before I get out of here. Tonight, we are going to be... I don't have a graphic. Oh, Sean. Tonight at 6 p.m., we're going to be doing our first iRacing truck race. This is the last chance to get on the email list. So the patrons have been informed about it. I've been talking about it for a couple of weeks on and off. Crew 2, Crew 3. What? Did I miss something? Sorry about that. Anyway, let me bring up the schedule anyway. This right now is our streaming schedule at the Sim Pit. And I want to thank Dave Blair for streaming and hosting Forza events on Sundays. I want to thank Devin for hosting and streaming Project Cars on Tuesdays. And then we're streaming a whole bunch of other things. The Pitstop, obviously, at 9 a.m. Pretty much every day at 6 p.m. you have something going on, including tonight, iRacing Truck Series. If you want to be racing with us, you need to send me an email, Sean, SHAUN, @thesimpit.com. Let me know. Put in the title, Truck Series, and let me know you want to be in it. I will get you in the last-minute email with the password for this evening's race. 6 o'clock. This is the first time our group has raced in a important race. We've done fun runs, our patron fun races, but tonight is going to be the first in a series of 6 races with the guys, and we are transitioning away from 2 nights of racing in Assetto to 1 night of Assetto and 1 night of iRacing Thursday and Friday night. But the reason I'm mentioning all this and telling you all, if you're watching this on the Sim Pit channel, the main channel, the one you've always known. This is actually a replay of this show. This show was done live on the Sim Pit Crew channel. So please search for the Sim Pit Crew channel on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe. All of our live shows, whether it's the Pit Stop with the news in the morning, or whether it's the racing streams, or fun streams, or just random things that we put together, you're going to find it at the Sim Pit Crew channel from this point forward. So hopefully you'll tune in over there and subscribe. Click on the little bell. Tell a friend. Do everything you can do to help us grow. And we're going to continue to evolve and make more changes because we have some big plans and a lot of shows coming. So happy weekend, everybody. Get out there. Do some sim racing. Go to Spa. Get me some video. Get me some photos. And I'll get you one of those 1080 Ti photo kits. You could be one of the winners here at the Sim Pit. That's going to do it. Have a great weekend. I'm Sean Cole. This is the Sim Pit. I'm all backward, and I'll see you on the track.